Right now at 6, western Wisconsin rivers at various flood stages after the weekend storms. Greg is tracking a couple of fronts that could swing through tonight.
And in southern Minnesota, heavy rainfall and debris causes a century-old dam to reach its breaking point.
Watching WKBT La Crosse, this is News 8 Now at 6.
Good evening, everyone, and thanks for joining us for News 8 Now at 6. I'm Ken Kozarowski.
And I'm Emily Brown.
An Eau Claire woman is pleading not guilty to charges related to an armed robbery. According to the criminal complaint, Eau Claire police responded to a fire station where a male was stabbed in the abdomen during an armed robbery. As part of the investigation, 3 people were arrested and charged, including 24-year-old Ivy Leonard. She is accused of armed robbery, aggravated battery, and bail jumping. Leonard is being held on a $25,000 cash bond.
No one was injured in an Iowa house explosion Sunday morning. Multiple fire departments were called to a house near Lansing, Iowa Sunday morning. We've since confirmed the structure is a total loss. In a Facebook post, Chief Stephen Darling of the Lansing Rural Fire Protection District confirmed there are no injuries. He says his district will be working with the state fire marshal as they conduct their investigation.
Bliss Road is once again closed for maintenance. The City of La Crosse Street Department says the road will be closed to all traffic until Tuesday, July 2nd at 3 p.m. Crews will be conducting both road repairs and maintenance. That closure could be extended if weather delays impede those repairs. And heavy rain is causing flooding to affect the area. The City of La Crosse says high waters have closed its boat launch facilities until further notice. As well, the Grand Crossing, Willow, Cottonwood, and Vietnam Veterans trails in the La Crosse marshlands also affected. Meanwhile, on the Vernon-La Crosse County line, County Road GI is closed up to Hunters Point Landing due to flooding, as is a portion of Black Hawk County Park in DeSoto.
Well, we have some potential for storms this evening. Let's send it over to Greg for the latest on that.
Yeah, we have some storms actually occurring right now. Those aren't the ones that we're tracking later on for the severe, but they are also right over La Crosse and could have a little bit of pea-sized hail, and I'll show you on radar in a second when I mention. But overall, the alert is for later tonight because we could have a line of storms that have damaging winds. Now, we still got the flash flood watch out because of that line, although this line will move fairly quickly, so rain amounts shouldn't be excessive, and we won't see train of storms over the same area. This evening, once this thunderstorm passes La Crosse, we should be fairly quiet the rest of the evening with that south wind begin to pick up. Humidity will start rising. Eau Claire maybe off a little bit of a shower, but I think most of that will wait till later in the night. We're tracking that line. Otherwise, kind of warm, kind of muggy feeling out there too. There's your line that's beginning to approach to the southeast right there. If we kind of zoom in, it has a little bit of a push to the southeast, kind of zoomed in too far, but it is pushing just south La Crosse into Vernon County, and that's really the only activity we're seeing right now. That will continue to push south or dissipate, and then it's more later in the night. Keeping an eye just north of Minneapolis as the boundary sits up right there, a line of thunderstorms that will become kind of a complex and begin to push further southeast. So later on, we'll kind of break that down. Also, the week looks up and down for cool temps. We still got an active pattern, but there are plenty of dry periods too, so I'll show you all that a bit later.
All right.
Thank you, Greg. The Rapidan Dam in Blue Earth County,
Minnesota is in danger of breaking. Go ahead, Emily.
Authorities say debris from floodwaters from the Blue Earth River are pushing up against the 115-year-old dam. This has caused the river to severely erode the bank on the western side of the dam. The Blue Earth County Sheriff hopes the river will crest tomorrow and that the river will start to subside. Vermont Senator Bernie Sanders rallying in La Crosse this weekend. According to the senator's website, he's hosting an event this Saturday at 11:30 a.m. at the UW La Crosse Student Union's Bluffs Room. The aim of the event is to, quote, rally our progressive movement here in Wisconsin. Sanders is an independent senator, but he caucuses with Democrats. The visitor comes after Massachusetts Senator Elizabeth Warren visited Madison today on behalf of the Biden-Harris campaign.
The Ultra Foundation held its second annual golf tournament at the golf club at Cedar Creek in Onalaska today. Golfers teed off at 10 this morning to raise funds for scholarships, teacher grants, and financial education platforms for local schools. Looks like a good tee shot. Last year, the tournament raised more than $60,000, and organizers are definitely hoping to exceed that amount today. One organizer says some of the scholarships will be going to high school students who are saving for college.
College is a huge expense for students, and not everybody has the ability to save early or have parents help. FAFSA doesn't seem to be covering to make everything meet, so being able to offer the scholarships is great for our members and those in the community that we serve.
And the day concluded with a dinner reception and award ceremony.
An Eau Claire middle schooler is making history, winning the first Wisconsin Civics Bee. The Civics Bee is a competition hosted by the Wisconsin Manufacturers and Commerce Foundation, in which middle schoolers from across the state share ideas to improve their communities and answer civics questions. News 8 Now's Jeremy Wall joins us live in studio and introduces us to Wisconsin's newly crowned winner. Jeremy.
Ken and Emily, when Raya Musavi wrote an essay focusing on the flaws of the education system, she never thought she would earn first place in Wisconsin's first ever Civics Bee. Now that she's brought the prize back to the Chippewa Valley, the rise in 8th grader isn't stopping there. When Raya Musavi saw a poster for Wisconsin's first Civics Bee, she had an idea.
My teachers just had a poster on the board, and I talked to her about it, and she kind of introduced me to the Civics Bee. And I thought it was a good opportunity.
An opportunity to improve her community. Contestants are asked to pick a topic to write about. Musavi focused on the flaws of the education system. She says schools nationwide, including the Eau Claire area school district, don't meet the diverse needs of all students.
We're really not able to make the most out of all the time we have to learn. And a lot of that is because of issues with the system. So there's a lot we could do to improve our system, and I believe we have the resources.
Musavi competed against 7 other middle schoolers from across Wisconsin. Her passion to improve education earned her a $125 cash prize at the regional level and a $1,000 cash prize at the state level. Getting there was no piece of cake.
You write an essay about an issue in your community, and then 20 people, or 20 students from the first round are picked to go to the regional level of the Civics Bee.
Her next stop, the nation's capital, on November 12th, where she'll compete against finalists from other states across the U.S. Now, not every state has a Civics Bee, guys, but that doesn't mean the competition will be easy. Raya will compete against winners from 28 other states, including Michigan, Iowa, and Indiana this fall. Ken and Emily?
Right, bound to be a fun experience for her. Thank you, Jeremy. Well, a new type of surgery is keeping patients wide awake.
A look into a groundbreaking kidney transplant that's helping people with high risks for anesthesia.
On these trails, I find the middle ground and get things moving. I've done that as a state lawmaker, and it's what I'll do in Congress. I'll work with both parties to get things done for workers and families. I'm Katrina Shanklin, and I approve this message.
Knutson Roofing, locally owned with 18 years of experience to get your project done right the first time. Whether it's roofing, window, or siding installation, we offer reliable, dependable, and quality work we stand behind. Knutson Roofing. Call or visit us online today.
I've been with U.S. Cellular for 27 years. They've always taken care of me. But when they asked me to talk to you about their special customer event, Us Days, I said, I gotta get in shape. So they sent me this Hollywood trainer. Oh, this guy's no joke. Us Days means exclusive deals just for us customers.
Now let's try burpees.
Us Days is back at U.S. Cellular. Current customers get $1,200 off any phone, plus $300 off any tablet.
They say that breakfast is the most important meal of the day. Well, they are correct.
Enjoy one of our tasty steak patty sandwiches paired with a $2 medium-iced coffee.
Ba-da-ba-ba-ba.
Sunken or uneven concrete only worsens with time due to changing seasons, stress on the slab, or poorly compacted soil. Your sunken concrete won't get better with time, but it will with our modern solutions. Choose American Waterworks.
Knutson Roofing, locally owned with 18 years of experience to get your project done right the first time. Whether it's roofing, window, or siding installation, we offer reliable, dependable, and quality work we stand behind. Knutson Roofing. Call or visit us online today.
Congress has been spinning its wheels, going nowhere. I'm Katrina Shanklin. In the state capitol, I've passed 225 bipartisan laws to help farmers, workers, and families. I approve this message because I have the experience to get things moving.
A young Chicago man is the recipient of a new kidney transplanted while he was awake.
Yeah, CBS's Jared Hill shows us the surgery that could open doors for patients at higher risk for general anesthesia.
Are you awake, John? Your renal failure is cured, my friend.
Let's go.
It's not every day a patient and doctor have a conversation in the middle of surgery. Last month, surgeons at Northwestern Medicine performed one of the first awake kidney transplants on 28-year-old John Nicholas.
This kidney's gonna make a lot of urine, John. Yeah. So you're gonna have to drink a lot of liquids, okay?
Okay, can do.
Nicholas had chronic kidney disease since 2013 and says it was a matter of when, not if, he would need a transplant. His childhood best friend became the donor, and doctors approached Nicholas about the awake part about a month and a half before surgery.
I spoke with the two surgeons for about half an hour, and I was sold on the idea.
Nicholas was given a spinal epidural, nerve block, and light sedation. He says he didn't feel anything in his lower body during the surgery.
I asked, at one point, hey, are you guys, when are you going to get started? And they were like, oh yeah, we've already been working for a while.
The best way I can equate it is a C-section for a woman who's about to have a baby.
Dr. Satish Nadig says awake surgery decreases the risk of general anesthesia and gets patients home faster.
It can really open the door to so many more people that have kidney failure that can make their major operation that they're going to undergo more of an overnight procedure.
Nicholas was discharged the next day with nothing stronger than an over-the-counter pain reliever.
Hopefully there will be a lot of other people like me.
Northwestern Medicine has already identified 5 more patients for the awake surgery and hope the method can improve more lives. Jared Hill, CBS News.
Doctors at Northwestern say the average hospitalization nationwide for a traditional kidney transplant is 5 to 7 days.
At Northwestern, it typically is 2 to 3 days, and now even less with this awake procedure. No thank you, right?
Yeah, I think it's a soft pass for
Yeah.
us. But still, great technology there.
Yeah.
Nearly 8 hours. That's the average time a child between the ages of 8 and 18 spends in front of a screen per day. That's according to the Kaiser Family Foundation. In today's Health Minute, Mandy Gaither has ways to reduce kids' screen time this summer. She says Wendy Palmer with Children's Healthcare of Atlanta's Strong for Life program says too much screen time can have a significant impact on health.
Particularly for our children and our teens, the recommendation is less than 2 hours a day of screen time.
To reduce summer screen time, Palmer says to come up with a family media use plan. Children can even help in the planning of it. She says to set limits on screen time and be consistent in applying them. Designate screen-free time and spaces, for example. No screens in the bedroom, or at mealtime, or during family time. Finally, parents can also help by reducing their own screen time.
Severe weather impacts the Midwest.
Concerns are rising as flooding becomes a major problem across the region. We'll have the details in a few.
We don't have quite too much flash flooding tonight, but we got the potential for some damaging winds with a line of storms coming through. We'll track it out, show you what it looks like for Tuesday and how cooler it'll feel going into Wednesday. All that coming up on your First Warn Weather Update after the break.
Everyone's vision needs are unique. At Shopko Optical, our caring team of professionals will work with you to ensure your vision is at its best. Shopko Optical can help you experience every detail, color, and breathtaking sight in clarity.
Maury's VW has all the latest Volkswagens with new product arriving daily, including the new 2024 Volkswagen SUV lineup, the large and very spacious Atlas and Atlas Crossport, the perfect size family-friendly Volkswagen Tiguan, and the practical, economical Volkswagen Taos. As always, you don't need to travel far to have your Volkswagen serviced. Come in for your test drive today at Maury's Volkswagen.
Your journey to wellness begins at Vernon Memorial Healthcare, where excellence in orthopedic care is a reality. From initial consultation to post-operative recovery, every step of the way is tailored to you. The numerous awards for orthopedic services are a testament to our entire team's skill and dedication. Your path to wellness is paved with our unwavering support and expertise. Trust us for a brighter, more active tomorrow. Vernon Memorial Healthcare.
What kind of a loan officer do you think you deserve? I know that's a very tough question to answer. Here's what I think. I think you deserve a loan officer that is willing to look you in the eye before you take on a lot of debt and say, are you sure? If that's what you're looking for in a lender, call Firefighters Credit Union today.
Everybody's welcome at Firefighters Credit Union.
Get an 11% rebate on everything at Menards. Refresh your living space with stylish sheet vinyl. It's waterproof and features a durable wear layer for busy households. Engage sheet vinyl flooring is 69 cents a square foot after rebate. Need cleaning supplies? Stack up and save big on top brands like Dawn, Tide, and Bounty. Right now, receive $10 instant savings with a purchase of $40 or more on qualifying Procter & Gamble products.
Save big money at Menards.
What you see is important. That makes quality eye care important too. Get personalized care from experienced optometrists at Shopko Optical. Better eye care. You'll see. Don't need glasses. See us for your contacts and save on your annual supply.
A congregation in southwest Wisconsin prayed together Sunday morning just hours after an apparent tornado leveled their church. Members of Apple Grove Lutheran's Church in Argyle began its worship by singing Amazing Grace. Some stood while others sat in the rubble of what is left of the church. The pastor said the congregation is hurting and grieving right now. After the service, congregants picked through the splintered timber to find their most cherished artifacts.
Dangerous flooding continues to impact millions of Americans in parts of the Midwest. Historic rainfall is causing rivers to swell in parts of the Midwest. Officials in affected areas are working with the federal government to deliver assistance to hard-hit areas. The severe weather also spawned tornadoes that struck southern Wisconsin over the weekend.
And we showed you that dam in southern Minnesota a few minutes ago. Greg was telling us it's been like about a foot of rain in that region, so it's definitely something that a lot of communities are having to deal with right now. The Mississippi currently in moderate flood stage. Let's get the latest on the river levels and what we can expect overnight from Greg.
Yeah, those areas have experienced a 10 to 15 inches potentially, and that goes from northern Iowa up to southern Minnesota, all the way to the mouth of Mississippi, which is unusual to get to Mississippi this high this time of year, but that's what they've had, and that's why I've had some flooding issues in northern Iowa and in southern Minnesota especially. Tonight, the flash flooding issue won't be as much, too. We're talking flash flooding, meaning imminent, kind of life-threatening type of flash flooding. The damaging wind is what we're watching, too, and actually we do have a severe thunderstorm warning out there right now for something like that. Severe storms are possible tonight. Not everyone's going to see those, but those that do could see some damaging wind. Less humid on Tuesday. There's still some few showers potentially in the afternoon. The front will kind of slide south. Cooler on Wednesday. Dry conditions continue for Thursday. We do have another system later in the week. Right now, the only severe thunderstorm warning is that one that kind of just went south of La Crosse. It's picking up a little bit of steam heading southeast towards Vernon, northern Vernon, and northern Richland County. Hail up to maybe nickel or dime size, quarter size hail, and 60-mile-per-hour winds. Very small cell right there that's going through there, but if you're in that line, definitely watch out for the damaging wind potential. Behind that, not much else going on yet. It's the stuff in Minnesota that we're going to be tracking. There's a couple different solutions on how that evolves later tonight. One is a little bit faster with the line developing around 11 p.m. This solution actually has slowed down a little bit. Now about 12:15 now coming through Eau Claire. Then it slides south just east of La Crosse. It'll be right on the edge of this as it goes through basically Sparta to Black River Falls about 2 to 3 and eventually towards the Wisconsin River as we get closer to about 3 a.m. That's a little bit faster and further east. Now this other solution is a little bit further north and even further east. So it's a little bit later as it comes down past about 12:30 to 1. It passes through Eau Claire. Notice now this push is even further east. So the edge is more towards Sparta, maybe down towards Volks Field. La Crosse really wouldn't see much in the way of maybe a wind shift as it comes through about 2 to 3 in the morning. Then it comes further southeast, and southwest Wisconsin really misses all of that line pushing to the southeast. As you notice the bow echo, kind of that curve shape, that's a really good indicator that you're going to have damaging winds as it kind of races towards the southeast. Now for the morning commute, everything should be dry and quiet for the morning commute. On and off cloud cover throughout the day. The front kind of slides south. You see the change of the wind direction. So I think the shower chance is pretty low, but we will see an opportunity tomorrow with some daytime heating. You'll notice the temperatures will get back up into the mid 80s, maybe even upper 80s in certain situations. But the humidity in the afternoon with the dew point will start falling as some cooler air begins to push. But then you can start seeing a few little showers maybe developing, especially towards the evening with some daytime heating. Not expecting any severe with this, but that'll come through. And then overnight, more cloud cover with maybe a little shower chance to go towards Wednesday morning. But overall, there's your stages. Moderate stage we're still expecting for the Mississippi. Everything's almost in minor flood stage. All the rest of them have kind of or close to peaked right now. And if you look at these shades right there, that is all the flood warnings. The Mississippi still is going to be cresting. More of the rivers, like as we go the Black River, Trempealeau River. As you go further upstream, they've already crested, started to fall. If they're closer to the Mississippi, they'll be cresting here in probably the next 12 hours or so, and then starting to fall. All of these minor flood and less, they are starting to go. We haven't seen any, except that maybe the Yellow River near Necedah, that is where it's moderate stage right now. So that's what we're looking at for the flood stuff. Now for the actual heights for the Mississippi, all of it's going to be getting up to the moderate here later this week or this weekend. And no, once it crests, it's probably going to stay up there for a good 4 to 5 days, even not more, because it takes a long time to get that water through the system, minus any additional rain that we do see, which won't too much of a problem. But we're going to be dealing with the Mississippi probably for another week and a half, maybe 2. Otherwise, you look at the temperatures going into Wednesday, much cooler. That'll continue Thursday before another system arrives Thursday night and Friday. A little bit more humidity, and then Saturday and Sunday for the most part. Definitely going to get about 10 degrees below average, and then more activity. So the positives on this, we're not going to get any heat waves. Yep. The negatives, we are going to see rain chances every other couple days too with it.
All right, get used to it, everybody. Thank you, Greg. Coming up next in sports, the Packers announced the successor of longtime CEO Mark Murphy. Plus the Steam back at home for some afternoon softball. Jacob is up next.
Proper installation of your new windows make a difference. The team at Clear Choice Window and Home Solutions are factory trained to make sure your windows are installed to last. Call or stop into the showroom for your free estimate.
I'm Tammy Baldwin, and I approve this message.
I'm 82.
86.
90 years young.
Eric Hovde thinks people like us shouldn't be able to vote.
If you're in a nursing home, you only have 5-6 month life expectancy. Almost nobody in a nursing home is in a point to vote.
Son, I've served this country. I think I can handle a ballot. What a jerk.
Eric Hovde, I'm fully aware of whom I'm voting for, and it won't be you.
What do we think? Burglary gone wrong? More like a chilling spree.
I see it all too often. When you don't take care and maintain your system, it's all too easy for problems to pop up when you need it the most.
It's hard to stay cool under pressure. Proper service and maintenance is worth its weight in the cold. I'm not a fan of having problems. What can you do?
Call G&T as soon as humanly possible.
Don't lose your cool this summer. Call G&T Heating and Air Conditioning today.
There are trucks, and then there's the GMC Sierra, available with the connected driving experience and the world's first 6-function multi-pro tailgate. GMC Sierra. It's the truck. Or get $3,500 purchase cash on select GMC Sierra models. Or get a total of $6,000 purchase allowance when you trade in an eligible vehicle. Visit your best choice GMC dealer today.
If you've been in a car accident due to no fault of your own, you need the personal injury law firm of Schwabel, Getz & Sieben. You have the right to obtain medical reimbursement, payment for past and future income loss, full compensation for pain and disability, and peace of mind knowing your financial interests are being protected. Call the personal injury powerhouse Schwabel, Getz & Sieben or visit schwabel.com to receive a free case consultation. Representing accident victims for over 50 years.
All of the exciting action from your community. Here's News 8 Now Sports.
Good evening, everyone. My name is Jacob Lenzendorf, and I am thrilled to be here with you tonight as the new sports director with News 8. Growing up just an hour south in Prairie du Chien, I am honored to be able to showcase the great talent in the Coulee region and talk about some of my favorite teams as well. Whether online or in person, thank you all for being so welcoming. Now, enough about me. It's a busy week here at Copeland Park, and the Steam started with a 4 games in 3 days stretch starting earlier this afternoon. Let's go there with Turbo's Alexis Watson making her Steam debut up against Mankato for just the 2nd time this season. And it was the Habaneros with the hot start already with 1 run across, and Brooke Holmes is going to add another. She singles into center field. That scores a run. Mankato with a 2-0 lead. But here comes the Steam. First batter for the home team, and Ashley Wolf gets things started with a liner right up the middle. A few batters later, and Callie Janik delivers. She gets one past the diving second baseman. Wolf comes in to score. Steam game, cut the deficit to just 1, and then the steam making defensive plays as well. A ground ball to Wolf, steps on second for 1, over to first for a double play. Watson would go 6 innings pitched, giving up just 2 earned runs, but Mankato would blow this game wide open in the 7th, winning 11-2. Tonight, the Loggers will switch it up from the Shipyard to the Lumberyard as they host Thunder Bay for the 2nd straight night. La Crosse is also playing some great ball as of late here, riding a 5-game win streak entering this evening's game, and they currently hold a 1.5-game lead in the Great Plains East Division. All right, the Brewers picked up a much-needed win yesterday to salvage a game in that series out in San Diego. Now, Milwaukee is back home from their trip out west, and they'll host the reigning World Series winners, the Texas Rangers. Freddie Peralta will toe the rubber, looking to build off his great start against the Angels just 5 days ago. First pitch scheduled for 7:10. Check back in with us at 10 for some highlights from that one. And some Packers news on this Monday here. Ed Policy named the next Green Bay chairman, president, and CEO beginning in July of 2025. Policy is entering his 13th year overall with the organization and currently serves as the Chief Operating Officer. Mark Murphy, who has been in the role since 2007, will be retiring after this season. If you saw me last week with the not as red face, it's because we were golfing today, a little golfing out there. And
Foundation outing
it was
earlier
great.
today.
It was great. And Ken had the moment of the day, a 40-foot birdie putt.
Yes.
Ooh.
Our one and only birdie of the foursome today,
Yes.
but ended on a high note
was
because
amazing.
I was shanking a lot of shots earlier.
Well, we didn't have to say that. But
Jacob's iron game is really solid.
It's all right. It's all right. We had a lot of fun. It was a great
Yeah,
time.
I'm glad you guys had decent weather for it too. Got a little bit of a glow.
Yeah.
It's a good thing.
A golf glow.
A golf glow, exactly. Okay, we'll be right back after this with another look at your forecast.
During the summer sale at Home Furniture, everything is on sale. Get up to 30% off regular prices. This Leslie sofa is just $9.99, and this Spindrift dining set is $12.99. Get savings throughout the showroom. The summer sale at Home Furniture ends Wednesday.
It's not very often a fella gets to offer the best products in the marketplace at a price lower than most others. When I look at this beautiful showroom, when I consider the quality of our products and the team of 80 exceptional professionals, we should be higher priced, but we're not. If you have any doubts for your next home improvement project, you should contact the Board Store today. It's not all the sales and discounts, it's the bottom line that counts, and you'll get no better bottom line than at the Board Store Home Improvements.
During the summer patio sale at Home Seasonal Concepts, get up to 40% off regular prices on portion patio purchases, like this 6-piece patio dining set for just $18.89. Summer patio sale going on now at Home Seasonal Concepts.
All right, heads up if you're on US 14 south of Viroqua heading to down towards Richland County too. That severe storm has a pretty good core with it right now. You can see the purple showing up. It has produced some hail. Hail core there, the yellow would be about 1.25 inches. So it is producing hail. Looks like that'll be the bigger threat as it heads south. Otherwise, we have another line potentially coming tonight after 10 p.m. That'll be more damaging wind. And the positive news is most of Tuesday and Wednesday and Thursday look dry and cooler conditions.
All right.
That's good. We'll take it.
Yeah, and that warning for Viroqua up until 7 o'clock.
Yeah, that's correct.
All right. Thanks for joining us.
We'll see you at 10.